Here we are again with another pro player point of view. Today we are watching Boit. So Boit is a fellow YouTuber, Twitch streamer, and he is playing Victor. So we've just seen somebody play against Victor. I've just looked at Victor versus Vortex, but now we're going to see Boit's perspective against Victor. So I'm just viewing everyone versus Victor. So Boit is a very strong set player. He has lots of set ideas about certain timing attacks or crazy builds. So we're just going to see what he does here, and I really like watching Boit stream to see what he's doing with Set. Set is definitely his strongest god. I've played Boit a couple of times, and I've been absolutely wrecked, so I'll have to see what he does here. And I really want to learn Set as well. So what he's doing here is obviously doing the early food and into a monument to villagers. So the reason that he's getting this many on food here, he also did a little trick with the wood where you gather wood, you build the granary, everyone drops off their wood into the granary, which is a kind of a special trick that you can do when it's finished building. And then he gets that 120 wood plus 50 food to be able to get pickaxe before he starts mining gold. So that is the reason for this. So this villager will be going over to build the house. Here we'll be getting pickaxe, and then he'll be moving over to the gold. It's a very similar trick that I like to do with Isis, except I just send it to the tree because you only need one set of tree gathering for Isis because it costs 108 wood rather than it costs 120 for Set. So he used an early vision here because he wanted to obviously see all of the giraffes, and this is why he's needed this extra this house up quite early. Set needs quite an early house rather than the other Egyptians don't, especially Isis, because she gets 20 population, but he needs the extra house up because you want to get all these giraffes. So the reason for these giraffes is probably just going to be for food. They have 200 food, and it means he doesn't have to walk out here. And also it's going to be safe against Victor's potentially going to be raiding as the Hades player later on. So it's just a bit safer. Egyptians like to sit in their base because they get free tower upgrades, so it's just a really good idea. You can see the power of Set as well with this scouting. I'm actually really glad that Boit's playing Set here because I've played some Set games and I just need some inspiration because I'm definitely not the strongest. So what could he do here? He could probably go for against Hades. What does Hades want to do now? He maybe wants to raid with the Hippocon, as we said, or the Hippias. Maybe he wants to go 2 town centers and do a more boomy play. So Set can go for 2 town center kind of fast heroic idea. Boit's obviously known for doing some of his Set cheese, where he likes to do a 2 town center into siege towers. At least that was what he did in Legacy. He really wants this temple up. So he wants to go for probably a 4-minute advance time, because that will be done in 3 seconds. He can dump all these, which he will be doing 4-minute advance time, 4 minutes 2 seconds, just because he needed to dump the resources in. And you would assume that the Hades with this kind of map has probably gone something early. We can see that he is, but normally they want to get there for 4 minutes or just before anyway, especially to get that early pressure in with the 2 heroes. But he has a really nice gold mine here. It looks like he's going for a 2 town center play with 11 villagers here. I mean, he has a very nice town center here, which has a gold mine, which is semi-protected on it. It'll just need some units around here or some kind of wall off with the villagers. And also he has the baboons and the berries that are pretty well secured, especially with some kind of building here. So actually he's probably going for this town center, which he will be able to get with an early advance time, unless the Hades player's gone crazy early, and he can get some kind of stoppage on that. But well, obviously with the extra units that Set gets for free, he should be able to defend any kind of push. And they advance right at the same time, so Boit's like, yep, just going to get that second town center. So at this point, you just go fast mythic because you've got a really nice gold mine. Maybe. Obviously, you're going to have to see what the Hades player does, how much pressure he's actually going to put on. Unfortunately, he's lost his villager here, but he knows that the Hades player is at least getting a stable. So he probably didn't get an early town center because I don't think you'd be able to drop a town center and have the resources to drop a stable right at 4 minutes. So that's what I would assume. He's also been scouted on this second town center, so he's going to expect some Hippias to come over. But all of these villagers are going to be happy getting the free food here. Unfortunately, he accidentally let that gold go, which is why he noticed and then went back onto the town center. Because when you have resources in your bank and you build something like a town center or a granary, it gets dropped in for free. And he'll be bringing the giraffes over. Did he get a lot of giraffes earlier? I think obviously he got everything from over here, but I don't know where the priest... Oh, nice. The priest is going off on the rhinoceros. So what is this map? This is Savannah, so there's like there's a decent amount of hunt, but not crazy amounts. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get these goats over here. They've probably gone to the enemy player. But odd, nice. That's a nice micro here with the baboons. What he can do is kind of hit them to move them into the town center, and it means that he gets the pharaoh empowerment on the giraffes, and it also means that the enemy player, it's a lot harder to raid him because he'll be right underneath the town center and the Wadget's there. And unfortunately, though, they don't always go right where you want them, so it's just going to be a little bit tricky. What he could do is do it with something like one of these hyenas. Maybe they have less attack. I'm not really sure. It's not something that I do very often because I always mess up. So I find it a bit easier to just not. But what he's deciding to do is at least get a couple of spearmen out to defend against what he's assuming is the hippiest raids that are coming. But he has used them to scout. Set spearmen are really fast, so they're really good scout units. And he's noticed a delayed second town center. So what does this mean? It means that he's been ahead on the town center game for 2 minutes, so that is very strong for him. Well, unfortunately for Victor, he didn't get his Minotaur special off, but the pharaoh is here. Oh god, Senna. I definitely can't say that. Haven't seen some of the new names for the pharaohs. So we just got a handful of these out. Also got them next to the monument, which means that these build faster than normal. And maybe he's going to look to go up to the heroic age now. So it was kind of just like a semi-fast heroic with the second town center, being able to scout, being able to raid. Also, if the hippiest was to come, then he can actually defend it. This guy's going to get back nicely with this 375 food. Would lose a one-on-one with this hippiest, unless he wants to turn and fight now. But probably would still lose, but it's nice to get back. Lots of food. And he's just deciding to just build a granary here. But bring all his villagers over and finish up to get the max pharaoh value here. Coming in here with the little raid, really nice micro with the houses here. Probably didn't mention this right at the start, but this is the series where we're just watching from one player's point of view. So we don't want to look at what Victor's doing, because then we'd be biased on what Boit could do from his point of view. Because obviously, when you don't have all of the info, you make certain decisions, and we're going to see what decisions Boit makes and why, depending on what he can see. So he's obviously seen both of these town centers, but he has no idea what units Victor's making. But he's assuming that it's going to be hippiest because he saw the stable go up earlier, which is why these nice spearmen are here. But then you could assume that Victor is probably going to make some units in response to that. Now, he's got the rhinoceros here, so there's a little bit of walking time here. But nothing too stressful here. So it looks like he's clicked up through Sekhmet. So Sekhmet now gives... So he's gone through Patar and Sekhmet. So I assume he wants to do something with Slingers of the Sun here. So Slingers have some really nice bonuses now. If you go through Patar, they get Electron Bullets, which is what he's getting now. Electron Bullets, sorry. Which gives you 1 divine damage for the Slingers. So it just makes them better against everything, even the units that actually counter them, because they shoot really fast. They shoot at one rate of fire per second. So it goes from 3 damage to 3 damage plus 1 divine damage. So makes them so much stronger. So the Wadget's just being used as a scout here. Hopefully it could get away, but I think he might end up losing that unless the pathing for the enemy isn't great. Yeah, unfortunately loses the Wadget, but it was more there as a scout anyway. Obviously would prefer to not lose that. But really nice micro just to get back here. And then the Citadel Center comes in here. Using the buildings to a garrison micro is very, very strong. It's got loads of barracks up here. So it looks like we're going full barracks units. Maybe he'll put a Migdal Stronghold probably here or here as a defense for this gold mine that he'll eventually be moving up to. But it just looks like he's just going to use the units to defend it for now. So it looks like Victor's ahead in score, but that's normally the case for Greek against Egyptians anyway. Egyptian score is a little bit lower, so that shouldn't really be a problem. And then this second town center was just so nice with all the extra food on it. He'll now have the berry bushes. And this is just what I said with the Migdal Stronghold. Oh, it's a siege works. Okay. But the Migdal Stronghold will be coming. For sure. He just didn't have enough gold for it yet. So why not just put up a building that you actually need? First of all. I don't know where the Scarab's going. Is the Scarab here? Yeah, the Scarab's going on a cheeky adventure with the potential to Shifting Sands push later on. Victor's got some nice micro there with the Tox there. And Slingers do counter the Tox nicely. Kind of chasing them back because he just knows that he can just run away and he will absolutely shred them with his extra divine damage plus the counter. 3 times counter, and he must have the Slingers of the Sun, which means they do extra damage to infantry. So they're bonus damage against infantry and bonus damage against archers. So they just become really strong with these upgrades. This is from the most recent patch. Siege Works gets up there. And it looks like he's just going full send with barracks. Look at this, 6 barracks. 6 barracks with the monuments next to it. These are going to train so quick. And if he gets the levy upgrades, they're just going to go... He can build things instantly. So it looks like he's getting Force of the West Wind. Wait, what is this? Sekhmet enables you to construct catapults an age early. So we can get catapults early. I didn't even know that was a tech. It shows how much I actually play set. That's actually a pretty crazy tech. So Scarab going in. This is something that's really good to do with the Scarabs. It takes him like a calendar year to get over here, but as soon as he does, you can just take down enemy buildings because you don't want many units to be around there because the Scarab special, when it dies, it does a lot of damage. He could even delete these next to some villages if he gets them low enough, but yeah, they will absolutely have to send a hero back. And look, it does a decent amount of damage even, especially as it will do loads of splash damage to these guys. And it caused both heroes to come back, which means he could put in a bit of pressure here. Unfortunately, the man's caused here. I need to get some priests out to deal with that. Or bring the Pharaoh into the army. But it looks like he's going... Looks like he really wants the catapults. This technology takes ages to come in. 90 seconds. Forward Migdal Stronghold. Absolutely love that. So he's obviously distracted with the Scarabs here. Or Scarab. And then that's caused him to be able to get a Migdal Stronghold here. Because some of his heroes had to go back. They're really strong units. Really nice early grab of this gold mine before he needs it. And then a wall. Walls like this just save you so much time. Savannah, is quite an open map, which means these walls cost a little bit more than they do on some of the other maps. But they're still really crucial. They do take a long time to build now, but walls are just extremely strong. Even having a wall here or a wall this side, which he could make a gate into, would be really strong as well. But this one's obviously the most crucial wall. Or even just getting a second Migdal up, like a Migdal here or something, would be a really good play. So, just like we said earlier, Set with the Spearmen, really good raids for Set because they have 5.3 speed. And if it goes through Horus, they get even faster as well. So it looks like, yeah, he's going for catapults. Catapults are so strong now. So it looks like he just wants to siege down this town center while defending with his Slingers of the Sun, Electrum Bullets, heavy slingers with the 19 range that outrange the Tox. What a unit this is. Manticores and Peltas, really good counter from Victor though, but they don't do much damage to the catapults with their 90% pierce armor. So this is a great play here from Boit. Dropping loads more barracks here. We'll probably also either delete a back monument to build it up here, or we'll just be building the next one. So he'll get the extra bonus of building them quicker. Again, some really nice micro into the Migdal Stronghold and out. Looks like his plan is definitely coming into fruition here. Really nice. Catapults an age early. Who knew that was the tech? It's crazy. Retold's been out at this point for like a month, and there's still stuff which I don't even know exist. It's crazy. Really need to watch more of these games. And the elephants will be popping out. He could even go through. He will probably go through Horus to get the extra benefits to the spearmen. And the barracks units, which is what he's going all in on. But he could have gone through Thoth to get elephant printing tech of Valley of the Kings. But I think he just wants to go full in with the Spearmen. The only problem with the Spearmen now is Victor is going full Tox, which means the Spearmen just aren't getting the value. But you can see that in Boit's queue. It's just got full heavy slingers, which are such a good counter with extra range, divine damage, crazy bonuses against them, and then the catapults that don't do any damage. Really nice raid here that I just completely missed. As we said, Spearman's super good at raiding, but Elephant's here to tank up. They have 46% pierce armor with the copper shields there. Manticore, definitely got to watch out for those. Really nice bit of micro there to spread them out so that you're not losing too many. Unfortunately, he is targeting that down, but actually with the divine damage, absolutely fine to target that down. Slinger's OP by the look of it. And, yep, just a little sit over there to see if the villagers will come and try and finish it off, and they absolutely did. Hades Shades coming in, but the counter to Hades Shades are going to be divine damage slingers that shoot ridiculously fast. Unfortunately, just the spearmen just get absolutely wrecked, though. He's got to try and separate the spearmen from this army, which he is doing with the camels. It looks like he's just right-click this to just go up whenever he wants, but not wanting to go up now. A really nice try at some micro, but the issue is the Hades player is in the heroic age, and he gets ballistics for free. So you've got to really be on top of your micro to dodge ballistics arrows, and I think it'd be very difficult to dodge that many, especially firing at different times. How you dodge ballistics micro, or how you do micro to dodge ballistics, sorry, is you want to move as soon as your enemy shoots, and with this many units, you just wouldn't be able to do that. So this is what I was saying in the game that Vortex played. So Boit was definitely ahead, but he didn't sit back and get all his units out, which allowed Victor to kind of mass the unit. So he's just got to sit back and get all these units out. This is something that I struggle with playing Retold, is there's so much more population that sometimes you do just have to sit back and make sure you get up to population, especially against these like huge archer balls. He's just going pure peltasts. So Boit's doing the absolute right counter, which is camel riders, which are fast and have decent pierce armor, and slingers, which are going to counter all of them. It's funny because this is basically the same comp that Boit just had to take down the town center. But obviously Boit is getting further ahead because he stopped this town center. He's going to assume that there isn't a town center here. He's also walling up this side to secure more and more gold mines, and he's preventing Victor from getting this town center. So as long as he doesn't lose too many units, he's gonna have to pull back from that. Forces the restoration. Nice play. Getting a Migdal here while he's distracting. Chiron might have seen that. Chiron has a decent amount of line of sight there, but it looked like he didn't, which is actually a really nice play here. So he's just distracting with this. He doesn't need this gold mine. Obviously, it'd be really nice to have, but siege towers are a really nice counter to mass archers because they have 90% pierce armor. That's probably maybe even a better counter than the camels. Just go pure archers and siege towers, and then try the micro with the camels. But archers with ballistics in Retold are just so strong. Just a little bit tricky. If he can snipe down the melee units like the Achilles, which he is now, then these siege towers, they just tank so much. Look how many shots are actually going into this, while he can just clean up everything else. I think just getting out a few more siege towers would really be a good play here. But he is completely getting a lot of map pressure on these gold mines. You could assume that Victor might have this town center by now because we haven't seen it for a while. And I'm sure that's something that Boit has assumed here. Unfortunately, he did see that one. He's got a Petropolis here, so it's just going to easily take down a building that isn't finished. But it is distracting from the army because the catapults are good against siege towers. So that's the only thing in Victor's comp that's good against siege towers. Obviously, the cavalry are, but the slingers with the divine damage are good against all units for now. So why not? I mean, look how much they shred the melee units. If he can repair this, he might actually be fine. There is 2 catapults on it now, but it is distracting from the army, which is absolutely why Boit's doing this. Still getting the hunt over here. Gold finished here, but he can move up here. There's just one Hades Shade to worry about, but that's not really the end of the world. He's just done that to distract. And what are we getting here? So we're getting camels, more slingers, more siege out. So it just looks like both players are doing a very similar comp with the archers and siege. And now Boit's been able to mass up enough units because of how many barracks does he have? He has seven barracks total, even after losing a couple as well. He still has 7. And he's able to secure this middle gold mine. which he will absolutely be throwing that Migdal stronghold back up in the same spot. So obviously the spot he wanted it in. Underworld passage onto... Oh, I assumed it was onto that gold mine. Where's the underworld? I would have assumed it was here. But anyway, underworld from the opponent. No idea where it went, but maybe we're going to find out. But Boyd's got a lot of line of sight, so it doesn't look like it's in his base. I'm sure it was to that gold mine, but we will absolutely see soon. Unless he's going for this town center, maybe that's it. We're gonna have to see. A strong tech around this point of the game is from the towers. It's signal fires. I can't actually hover it unless I eye it, maybe. Signal fires, which gives you 6 line of sight, which is going to be really strong against things like a random underworld passage play. Oh. I think he misclicked. I think he misclicked. I think he wanted it somewhere else. Or he's doing it for the disgusting micro, but more than likely it was a misclick, which is really unfortunate for Victor, because it could have been really nice to jump on one of Boit's gold mines there. But now we're really seeing how strong the slingers are, and then now Victor's got the same issue that Boit had very recently, where he has the massive units and Victor just needs to get as many units out as he possibly can, but they just get completely shredded by the archers. And he's also getting a lot of gold in from the camels. He's going to have a really nice eco setup now. Loads of farms, loads and loads of farms. We haven't really concentrated on the eco this game, but or just the securing of the gold mines, getting loads of barracks up, getting a 4th town center, really in the driver's seat now. And it's been maybe it was a little bit rocky at one point, but then when that happens, you've just got to sit back and get your units back up together. Now, Victor is coming with a really strong counter, or what seems like a strong counter, but as we've said before, divine damage, even against the myth units, is actually pretty good. Whereas if they didn't have this upgrade, the Manticore would be absolutely shredding these slingers. But everything that comes out, especially... So that's 37 divine damage a second, which is obviously just going to absolutely shred whatever comes out with their 480 health. Doesn't matter. 4th town center up basically secures this gold mine. There's only 1 shade on it. He can push it off whenever he wants. But what he's going to want to do is start to pressure this gold mine, start to pressure this gold mine, because these are the ones that Victor's going to want to be on. So it's a really nice play by Boit, really showing off these new heavy slingers, or the new slingers with their divine damage. So going through Batar, going through Sekhmet. So that's something that Ra and Set can do. And it's just a really, really, really nice play. Earlier town center, got the value, took down the opponent's town center even to get even further ahead. So maybe this is some set play that I need to copy. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.